Ready? What's up, guys? It's 5:30. We're going to do another live video tonight. We've been bombarded with calls since I guess we did this last Friday. So we've had calls, texts, DMs, you name it, on the new 6-stick. So we decided to take a little bit of time and do a little Q&A with you guys to see what questions you have. We had a little hiccup on the website. There wasn't some information on the spinning reel or etc. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the casting series and the spinning series, and just give you guys a chance to go ahead and ask some questions. So while you're tuning in, while you're loading up, I want to talk to you first about the 6-stick spinning reel. When we designed this reel, as I told you the other night, we've got a big concern, not a concern, but a lot of questions from you guys on rods, and you know, we feel the rods are perfect, and I don't want to release anything until they're perfect. There's a lot of product out in the market that is good product. There's a lot of stuff out there that we feel could be made better, and so that's the reason we're here. So the 6-stick reel, we wanted to make it super light, super strong, virtually fast enough to retrieve about any lure, extend your castability. So we made this in a 1 series 6:4 to 1 ratio. It's all machined aircraft grade aluminum. The spool, we blacked everything out. It's maybe a little too dark because all of your descriptions on the reel is just in a black gloss, so it's a little harder to see. But anyway, we got the magnetic brake system here, and got the EVA foam handles. It's got the logos on here, as you can see. Super light. This rod and reel combo, depending on which one you buy, is going to weigh in basically a little under 5.5, 6 ounces on the rod, and with the reel you're under 10 ounces, under 9 ounces actually, for either series, the 7.2 or the 7.4. So this rod here that goes with the casting reel I was just explaining, if you compare rods to the way they used to be made, or the way some people still make them, you've heard of IM6, IM7, IM8. This is basically going to be, and actually it's marked, an IM24. So a 24T carbon rod is the actual modulars of carbon in this rod. So it's not a solid carbon rod like our more expensive, the Big Sexies, the Phantoms, the Summits, things like that. But it's at least 4 times higher carbon, which makes the rod stronger, lighter, and more sensitive. So to us guys, we've created, kind of the perfect monster here to give you what everybody's asked for, which is a combo that we are going to sell for 149 bucks. So if you want to buy just the reel, it's 79. If you want to buy just the rod, it's 129. And right now, if you go online, we can sell you this combo for 149 and free freight. So it's a super deal. I'm telling you, I don't know how many's left, honestly, in the warehouse. They're almost sold out, but we do have a few left. We only made, of this specific rod, 1,560. So if you want to look at this here, right here, you can't hardly see it, but this rod is 830 of 1,560. So each one of these are numbered, they're marked. You go online, you register your rod, your reel to your name and your profile. So if you ever have any problems, any damage, if the rod doesn't perform, if it breaks, if you have an issue with the reel, you can ask anybody. Our customer service is second to none. So, basically what we're wanting to do is make sure you guys are happy. We want to be the future of fishing, and we want you guys to have some of the best product available at the least amount of money. So that's our goal with this casting series. If you live down south, or if you're into more like pad punching and pulling some of that kind of bigger fish, I talked with some of my friends down in Mexico this morning. This is the This rod here is actually 1114 of 1560. So these rods are moving through pretty quick, guys. So you know, if you want this heavier rod, I think this rod is set up. It's a 7.4 heavy. Basically the same rod. It's got a fast tip action on it. Super heavy, super strong. I didn't mention also, we put these, some of you guys have commented about it, but the microwave guide system. Some of these, I don't know if you can see that guide there, but that's the bottom microwave. So what it does is it tries to expend castability. So with the 641 spool, the microwave guide, you should be able to increase your castability about anywhere between 15 and 18%. So basically back to the casting reels and rod, the combo, same price for this heavy rod. Either one you want, $149. I don't know how many questions are coming through. I didn't see that, but if there's anybody that's got any questions, old B's sitting back there in the back, he can holler those out. You guys feel free to comment, and I'll do my best to answer. So that's that. Let me pull this apart.
What rod is the best for throwing crankbaits?
As far as the 6-stick is concerned, is that the question?
Just says that.
As far as crankbaits, guys, I mean, that's a big story. I mean, what do you know, we have people that want to throw a crankbait on a casting rod. Which I prefer. We have people that want to throw a crankbait on a spinning rod, depending on where you live, how you fish, etc. My personal opinion, what I choose is I like to use about a 7.6 medium heavy with a fast tip. Well, fast to moderate tip is what I use for a crankbait rod. I'll also throw my spinner bait and a lot of times a chatterbait on that same rod. But 7.4 medium heavy, moderate fast is what I prefer.
Could you talk again about the spinning reel specs?
Spinning reel specs. Okay, yeah, just getting ready to start on spinning reel. So we've had a lot of questions about this reel. This reel, we did our best to try and develop a reel that it's hard for us as a company to design a product that works in Texas, it works in South Florida, and it also works in the Midwest where we live and you know, up north. This series here, we built it strong enough. We cut a lot of the stuff out. We've had a couple comments about the honeycomb spool, which everybody sees. Basically, you know, this is something that we came up with a year or so ago. There's been some companies, as some people's pointed out, that's copied this. And as we saw as of recent, there's about 20 companies that's going to be releasing a similar spool. However, our only purpose for this was to show, you know, to make it lighter and you know, keep the durability. Everything inside here is sealed. You can fish this reel in salt water. I also recommend to go ahead and raise that thing up and squirt it out with some fresh water. Always rinse your reels. But spec wise, you know, these reels, you know, for $69.99, it's the best reel that we can build. I feel like you can compare this reel to a lot of stuff in the market from, you know, anywhere from $89 to $129. Not saying that we're the best. We just feel like once you put this in your hand, you're going to be happy. The bearings is 5+1 bearings on it. It's super smooth. You can see it move around there. 5:2-to-1 ratio. Again, I apologize, that wasn't on the website. It's got your anti-reverse on it. Same thing, machine aluminum spool. So nice little reel right here. If you guys haven't seen the rod, we'll pull one out here. Any other questions on that spinning stuff? Again, I don't know if you guys have noticed, all of our rods, when we sell them, Blake, could you grab one of those big sexies over there that's in the tube? I just wanted to take a second and tell you, all of our rods that we have, we sell them with a sock. So you always, if you buy one of our rods, we try to include a sock with it. Some of the earlier models don't have, some of the 100% of the new ones will. So, you know, we want you to protect the stuff. We want you to take care of it. We offer, yeah, no, just bring me the whole box. Actually, just sit it there. I'll get it, grab it, and just slide it under the table. We actually want to do the whole series of select with the sock. So we only made one. It's a 7'1" medium rod, a little light for doing drop shot, but you know, a lot of guys that pond fish, creek fish, river fish like we do around here, you know, it's a pretty good action rod, super balanced. And again, we talked about these, the microwave guides. You know, these rods are, you know, I'm a stickler about making these things balance. Our balance rod, for those of you that don't know, there's a little orange piece right in front of the reel seat with the reel on it. Depending on the rod and the reel setup, everything is balanced just like this. So you can move these things around, you can do whatever, and they're going to always balance. And they're designed for, if you pay attention to the lure weight on the rod, then you're going to be able to always have that balance unless you exceed the lure weight on the rod. So it's built for a certain amount of braid versus line versus weight. Again, we got the those are kind of crazy looking, the microwave spinning guides. So pretty cool. Again, built to try to help increase castability.
How would you rig a casting rod?
How would I rig a casting rod? Well, it all depends on what you're fishing for, I guess. As far as a casting rod, what I like to run, and this is maybe a good question. You want to always put, a lot of guys call me and they ask, and I do my best to respond to everyone that I can. I can't express enough how important your line is. So you can buy a super nice rod, you can buy a super nice reel, and you can buy some junk line, and you're going to have problems, you know. So we design and sell our own braid that we make in Japan, and I think it's very good. It's very smooth. It's very the ergonomics is great on it. I prefer bright green and orange. You can find that on the website if you're interested, but be sure to buy a high-end grade braid, because if you're going to rig this thing up and you're going to throw a 1/2 ounce or a 3/8 ounce or, you know, something a little heavier, you're going to want to be able to control that lure. You're going to want to be able to see that lure move, and you're going to want to be able to, you know, cast that thing as far as you can. So we do our part designing the rod, the reel, the guides, the stiffness of the rod, everything for castability. So what you have to make sure and buy, you know, a good smooth braid so that you can rig this rod, you know, according for it to perform. All right, is there anything else anybody's needing to know, questions or comments? Got anything, B?
No, not really.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it makes sense. Again, all of these are limited numbered rods and reel combos. If you want some, we haven't decided if we're going to make more, but if you want one of these, be sure and check them out.
How much braid does it hold?
How much braid does the casting reel hold?
Yes, spinning.
Spinning. On the spinning reel, good. We do. I personally fish braid on some spinning reels. Most people don't. But this reel should hold around 130. If you're using, I would recommend like a 20 pound to 30 pound braid on this spinning reel. You know, it should hold around 130 yards. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, give it a like. Let us know if you did. We'll be posting some more live videos. Also, we're starting a new YouTube page, so you'll want to be sure and subscribe to that. We're going to actually take you through taking these products, everything we sell, cut them up, tear them down, and explain to you the purpose of who we are, what we do, and what our goals are. So thanks for watching, guys. Give us a shout out. We'll see you next time.